Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Today I'm doing something a lot of people have asked me to do. I'm going to use the auto park feature for the Chevy Equinox EV. Let's get into it. So like I said, a lot of people have asked me about this and I'm finally gonna do it. Auto park kind of makes me stressed out. I don't usually like auto park. I actually was just testing out auto park on the ID4 to see if there were any changes because our ID4 got updated and I forgot how stressed it makes me. But anyways, I'm gonna do it. A couple things, just right off the bat. This is a feature that you only get if you get the option for Super Cruise. So that includes auto park assist. I'm not sure why they leave it just to Super Cruise, but maybe to make it a little bit more enticing to want to get Super Cruise. So there's that. So you might have, if you have a base LT trim or base RS, you might not have that feature. You do have to option all the way up to that safety, I believe it's safety 3 package or something like that, the one that has Super Cruise. A couple things I want to mention. Typically, I find auto park to be useless, except in parallel parking scenarios. It actually works pretty well with parallel parking. I'm going to put that to the test today. We're going to go out. We're gonna park in a parking spot with some cars around it. I have a camera so we can get a couple views, and then I'm gonna go do a parallel parking scenario, see how that goes. And also, this auto park assist feature has an exit space, so we can test that out as well and see what that does. So let's go ahead, let's go find a parking spot and test this feature out. Before we go do the test, I just wanna show how you use auto park assist. So if you have it equipped, it'll be here on the main screen as auto park assist, or you can go into controls either here or here, whichever you want, controls, auto park assist. So this is what it looks like. So when you go to park, it'll give you an option. You're gonna select like that, and then it'll find something when you come to a scenario where it will work. If you want to change your selection, you can. Maybe I want to parallel park now. I like that you can parallel park on the left side. So if you live in the city and it's a one-way road and there's parking on either side of the street, you can do that. That's really, really nice. I also like that you can choose a left perpendicular spot. The ID4 does not do that. It only does, I don't know what happened there. It only does a right perpendicular spot. Now, the one thing that I don't love is you can only back in, because sometimes I actually like to be front parked in. I know I'm probably the minority with that, but it only backs in, but there it is. A lot of people like to back in, but honestly, like if I'm at Costco, I want my my tailgate to the rear, to the lane, that way I can get into it easily. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. So maybe I'll test it to see if I'm wrong and you can change it, but I don't recall being able to change it. Here we go. Pull up. There we go. Park in vehicle. I think it's interesting, it says take your hands off the wheel and release the brake pedal, but I'm gonna keep covering it. Checking all my mirrors. Foot is covering the pedal in case I need to. Gets yellow when it knows it's getting close to a car, so I want you to pay attention. Driving forward, stay alert. Okay. There we go. Backing up, stay alert. All right. Cut the wheel. And it parked. And parking complete. And really quick, I just want to show everybody, hold on, camera. You can see it pulled us so we were closer to the front of the lines. I mean, there's a lot of space behind in this parking spot, but it's still in the line. So let's go check it out. All right, here we go. So you can see there's a lot of space, but in its defense, it is within the parking spot, so that's good. Yeah, so nice work. And they are pretty long parking spots. It's a Home Depot, so probably meant for trucks, but yeah, not too bad. All right, everybody, we're gonna do a little parallel park here. Go up. Yep, park in vehicle. All right, let's see what it does. Hard cut, backing in. I'm covering the wheel and the pedal. Go. Yep, it's behind the car, cut. Nicely done. All right. Now it's gonna pull up. And there you go. Parking complete. Let's check it out. Pretty good distance. And it's pretty close to the curb. It took me a long time to find a spot that was close enough to the curb. And then obviously this car was really far back, but it can go in between two cars very easily. So yeah, nice job there. Here, again, another perspective. There you go. So good work, Chevy. Everyone, you joined me in my backyard because I forgot to record the end video for this. I parked in the garage, plugged in, and it's like, ah, man, and I didn't want to unplug it because it was charging. So anyways, auto park assist for the Chevy Equinox EV works fine. It's okay. I wouldn't use it if I'm being honest. A couple things I noticed. You know, it's wintertime, there's a lot of salt on the pavement. It was having trouble finding some spots in some parking lots that had a particularly large amount of salt or maybe really faded lines. So you might find some issues there, but in the summertime when everything's clear, it'll probably work a little bit better. It really does seem to base its parking off of the cars around it and not necessarily the lines, which is interesting, but pretty common. The Volkswagen ID.4 is the same. For the parallel parking, that worked really well, and I just think that's probably the best use case for most people if they want to use the auto park assist feature. It worked really nicely. I didn't demonstrate it on video, but you can also let it pull you out of spots, and I found it to be really slow and useless. So if you want to play around with that, you can, but I wouldn't use it. Honestly, I wouldn't use auto park assist except for maybe parallel parking, like I said earlier in the video. But overall, it's an okay system. It definitely works better than the Volkswagen system in my opinion, and I've used both. It's a little bit quicker and it's a little bit more confident than the Volkswagen system. So there is that. I hope you all found this video helpful. I know I was very stressed. I should have done like a camera facing my face so you could see my expression, but I'm always a little stressed when I'm doing this, but it worked out in the end. Should you option, like if you want auto park assist, but you don't really want Super Cruise, should you option Super Cruise just so you have auto park assist? Absolutely not. It's in my opinion not worth it. Definitely not worth it. But if you get Super Cruise and you're in a city situation and you need to parallel park, then it can come in handy, but that would be really the only use case, so definitely not worth it. So yeah, those are my thoughts, just being honest. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please remember to give a like, a subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will catch you all next time.